Hello everyone, and welcome back to Adventures in Ásgarðr. Let's jump right back into the game, shall we? Alright, so where we left off, we were mining. Let's do a little more of that. Since it's still raining outdoors, as we can hear based on the loud noises outside, which actually can be heard no matter where you are in the world, meaning even if you're down at bedrock, you can still hear those loud sounds of the destructive force. Do too much more of this. I'm gonna actually go back and fix my stair because I realized upon repeated review of it, and I'll get to that in a second, that I actually didn't have a perfect circular motion that I was referring to in the last episode. I actually got off right here. Now, normally I would just be like, okay, that's being OCD, you shouldn't bother with that, but I also remembered that when you put stairs in, they don't work quite right this way. So I am going to actually give it an OCD in this case. I'm not actually OCD, but I have some of those tendencies, and I'm going to actually fix my stairs. It'll take a little while, it'll be a little bit time consuming, but it'll be worth it. So, I mentioned a moment ago about repeated review of my previous video. It's not because I am self-obsessed or anything like that, as far as I'm aware. It's actually because I was trying to make... yeah, that's right. I was trying to put subtitles into my first video, and that took a lot longer than I expected. If you want to see my OCD tendencies, my perfectionistic tendencies on full display, go back to my first video and check out these subtitles because it is rather breathtaking. Well, okay, maybe it's not breathtaking, but it's on full display because I went over it and over it and over it probably somewhere around 20 times to make sure that all the subtitles were exactly in the right spot. Some may find fault with a few subtitle placements, perhaps, but overall I think they're just about as good as they could possibly be. And before I even started subtitling, I first had to write a transcription of the entire thing, which was quite long as well in and of itself, but the timing part was even more difficult than I expected and more time-consuming. So, I also discovered, while I was doing that I sometimes tend to talk really fast, which is problematic when you're subtitling. I also wanted to mention that I may not subtitle any more of these. I'll figure that out later, whether I'll actually subtitle any more of these, because it's, as I mentioned, very time-consuming. It took basically two full days to get the subtitling done the way I was wanting. And that's just a lot of time invested in something that probably doesn't actually deserve it. When you look at the big picture. Alright. It's doing alright, getting most of my staircase fixed. Haven't decided whether I'm going to do with extra wide areas. Maybe this will end up being a 2x2 staircase. That could be kind of fun, but could be kind of also irritating, depending. So where am I? I keep losing my place because since I'm fixing the staircase, I can't tell where I need to be exactly. Okay, that can go down there. Right, more andesite, as we mentioned last time. Aha! Cool, I was not aware of. See, sometimes you could be just one block away, and you'd never know that it was there. So I'm going to... My pickaxe is almost broken again, but I'm also almost done with getting down to where I was. So, it's too close for me to actually... Oh, let me combine these. So when you combine pickaxes, I don't think I mentioned this last time, you take the total durability of each pickaxe, you add them together, and then you add plus 5% durability. So it's always a good idea, rather than just using a pickaxe up until it is destroyed, or any tool actually, to combine the pickaxes to use more than one. And rather than having one that's, say, 55% and another that's 55% and putting them together, that would lose durability in the long run. And it would definitely lose the 5% extra that I was mentioning. So to be the most efficient, you should use pickaxes that are less than 50% to combine together. I think I'm actually going to go make another pickaxe because that's going to take a little while to do that. Let's go back upstairs. Ooh, see, I keep doing that. This is going to be irritating. I'm going to probably fill all this in because that's just going to kind of drive me crazy every time. Oh, and I did that wrong. Ugh. Oh wait, no, I did that right. I just have to fill this part in. Okay. I'll worry about that after I've made my next pickaxe. Yeah. Okay. It's starting to get a little smoother. And now I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Skeletons. Alright. Still have some sticks. This is good. I am going to actually make 2. The reason I was wondering whether I wanted to actually make 2 is because I thought maybe I would find some iron, which is what I need to make a better pickaxe, or possibly some gold. Unfortunately, gold, in my opinion, really isn't better than stone. It's actually, if I'm not mistaken, less durable than stone, which is kind of mind-boggling, but it does have some other nice properties. I don't really use gold tools at all, but some people probably do because it enchants very well. Enchanting is something we'll do further on, but I did mention in my first video, have to have an enchanting table to do any enchanting, obviously. Anyway, so gold enchants very well, but it is extremely non-durable. So if you do use any, probably don't need to fill that in, but whatever. If you do use gold for any of that, you almost always would want something that will help it to not decay as quickly, to not break as quickly. Yeah. Maybe I will fill in the middle. I don't get confused. Okay. I haven't quite finished fixing this yet. Oh. Switch to one of my new stone pickaxes. And we'll go down here. Lovely. And we'll go down here. Beautiful. Okay. Once again, let's fill this in. Oh. I should probably be using my decorative stone to fill these in because, as I mentioned before, if I decide to break it out later, cobblestone takes a little bit longer to break than regular stone of any type. So, fill in, fill in, fill in, fill in. I don't really need to fill all of that in, and I'm aware of that, but I'm going to because right now I don't want to get distracted or confused. What? Fill the rest in with cobble. Okay. Okay. Good enough for right now. I probably have to qualify a few things that I said in my first video. One of the things I said in my first video is that no tools are small enough to fit in the 2x2 crafting grid you have at the very beginning. That was not strictly true. There are some tools that I would consider tools, such as shears, such as flint and steel, which are small enough, but they're not what I usually think of tools, which is pickaxes, axes, swords, you know, things like that. I mean, swords are weapons, but you know what I mean. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and let's actually put the torch here. See, I'm trying to make it so that all of this is lit up with one torch. That's more economical than putting down two torches. Probably put one, that still looks light enough, one there so that I'm not confused and can continue down without delay. My hunger bar is starting to drop slightly. That happens as you do different things such as jumping or mining. That's fine. Here's some more that I'll need to fill in. I don't have any decorative stone to use. I currently have auto jump on, which means that's basically the default in these versions of Minecraft. Auto jump, when you get next to a 1 block high place, you get close to it, it'll automatically jump. It can be very, very annoying sometimes, but I've grown accustomed to it. Some people turn it off. I sometimes have been tempted to, but I've resisted the urge. I tend to like to play using the standard settings. That's why I'm playing normal rather than, say, easy, or I guess it's peaceful. Yeah, I wouldn't play peaceful anyway, because peaceful, no enemies spawn, and it's just kind of more boring. It's just, I don't know. I guess it has its uses. If you don't want to bother with enemies, you just want to mine and build, but or craft. But I am not interested. Oh, the other thing I discovered, and this may affect whether or not I actually transcribe and just use my last torch, but we have plenty of coal. Whether I actually transcribe and subtitle any further videos, that video was actually really, really long by comparison to some other YouTube videos, even Ko's videos that he makes, which again, that is a great series. You should feel free to check it out. I am a big fan. I would love it if he changed his mind and came back again with Ko's Quest. He has some other series out there, but I just haven't gotten into any of them. I like the sort of gothic look of the sconced torches on either side of the door. I need to make this a little bit nicer, but for now it's okay. So as I was saying, his videos, at least at the beginning, were short. I'd have to go back and look to see if his videos later on were still short, but they were only, oh yay, new recipes. Sand is good. But if I'm going to be subtitling them, which I kind of like the idea of doing, it sort of gives a fuller user experience, and then you'll be able to actually tell what I'm saying, even when you can't really hear me very well because it's thundering and lightning outside or something like that. And I am all for providing services to people who are with disabilities or handicaps, or, you know, people who are hard of hearing, things like that. So I like the idea of subtitling further, but anyway. So I haven't done a whole lot in this video, but I think I'm going to cut it off right here to keep things kind of short each episode. kind of short. That first one you could consider like a sort of a double episode, like they do with premieres of new shows. Anyway, so that is episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you continue to watch my videos if you have been, and we'll see you next time.